in you.
So my next guest is asking, what AI bubble? I mean, did you see NVIDIA's results? I'm going to bring in Mainstay Capital Management founder, CEO, and Chief Investment Strategist, David Kudla. And David, we saw the results, we saw the pop, we saw the reversal. Now the skeptics, I think there are more folks on the skeptical bandwagon. How do you explain that reversal yesterday in the stock?
Hey, good afternoon, Charles. Well, we have a saying, those that are questioning the future of the markets or a stock, those that are cautioning, they seem prudent, they seem smart. But the reality of it is with the AI cycle and where we're going in terms of really a transformational move for America and how it affects society. And really, it was a spectacular earnings report. We just had a sell-off there midday. Today, that whole AI sector and the stock market in general are coming back. So we're going to see a lot of volatility in a stock like NVIDIA and a lot of the growth stocks that are trading at higher PEs.
So beyond AI, you also point, though, for us in terms of being optimistic about this market, the surge in earnings revisions. I mean, we're putting a chart up here. It's absolutely phenomenal. And how does that correlate into what you expect to see from the market going into next year?
If we continue to see the kind of earnings surprises in terms of beats, in terms of outperformance, in the second quarter on June 30th, there was a 4.9% expected earnings growth. It ended up more than 10%, more than doubling. This quarter, on September 30th, we were looking at 7.3% earnings growth. We're now running above 13%. So we're really seeing these incredible beats on earnings. And what has that resulted in? Double-digit growth for multiple quarters. So earnings are very, very strong.
There are two economies out there. Everyone understands this, and there are some recession signals. How does that impact markets? And more importantly, how do you think it's going to sway the Fed?
Yeah, so, we talk about that K-shaped economy, and on the upper leg is what we've been talking about with the investment in AI that's lifting GDP. If we look at the Atlanta GDP now rating, the latest rating is at 4.2%, which is very strong. Now, that's not a forecast. They're taking a snapshot in time. But we have that. We have these strong earnings. On the leg going down, we have a weak labor market. We have auto delinquencies at multi-year highs, the large company bankruptcies at multi-year highs. We have all this anecdotal data that points towards a recession, but the economy and earnings continue to chug along. So that's that bifurcated economy and bifurcated market fundamentals, if you will, that makes it very tough for guys like me and you to determine how we want to invest tactically.
Right, except you know what, you have to do it, right? I think we cherish the toughness now. Hey, by the way, let's pick up on that. Your favorite investments, you still rank mega cap tech as a major investment for you.
Absolutely. Just the earnings report from NVIDIA was so, almost awe-inspiring in terms of not just earnings and revenue, but guidance in the out quarters. And that's really what AI is all about. We could go through a period where it gets ahead of itself and there's a correction. We had a correction at the beginning of the year. We had a correction these last 3 weeks. But it is a sector that it is about the future. And we could have these corrections, but we think that investors have to have an allocation there.
Yeah, and I tell people it's worth the ride. Sometimes the volatility is worth the ride because the destination could change your life. I'll also note you like gold and silver and emerging markets. David, thanks so much, my friend. Have a great weekend.
All right, thanks, Charles.
See you soon.